I'm Sandy Steinman, President of Background Checks Express, your one-stop source for accurate, accessible, and affordable background checking. We've been exploring tools that are available for employers and their background checking firms to use when performing their background checking. And just when I was wondering what to discuss this week, another employer came to my rescue by becoming a defendant in a class action lawsuit for, guess what? Failure to comply with the Fair Credit Reporting Act. We've heard it before. If this sounds familiar, it's a very familiar theme. On December 4th of this year, Whole Foods has been charged with FCRA violations for failing to make a proper disclosure and failing to obtain proper authorization of pending background checks. In this case, an applicant who applied for a Whole Foods job in Tampa, Florida, alleged that Whole Foods performed a background check without his approval and that they had illegally inserted a release of liability into their disclosure and release form. This is a real problem. Under the FCRA, an applicant must give his approval for the background check by signing the disclosure and release form, which must be a standalone document and cannot contain any extraneous languages such as a release of liability. We've seen this several times. And believe me, this is not just one applicant. We're talking about tens of thousands of plaintiffs. The plaintiff wants to represent the entire class of employees and applicants who were the subject of a consumer report for a 5-year period before the case was filed. So this is a very large class, and win or lose, this will be very expensive both in terms of cash and human capital for Whole Foods. Honestly, I continue to be amazed at the sophisticated employers who fail to comply with the law and wind up as a defendant. It's vital that employers partner with a competent professional background checking firm like Background Checks Express, but we're certainly not the only one, and follow their advice so they can stay out of court. If you're an employer, I hope you'll follow this series of videos, because what you learn here could well keep you out of court or keep you from hiring the wrong person, and that's our mission. If you have any question about background checking or want to find out more about complying with the Fair Credit Reporting Act, just feel free to call me at 844-SCREEN-NOW, that's 844-727-3366, or email me at sandy@backgroundchecksexpress.com. In the meanwhile, be safe, hire safe, and I'll see you in the next video.